Marvis Johnson's family reached out after they say they spent months trying to figure out how he died inside of Charlotte Correctional Institution, how drugs ever made it inside. So I started to dig, and I learned the problem doesn't just impact prisoners. Law enforcement says sometimes those drugs are coming right back out and ending up on our streets. The family of Marvis Johnson cannot stop reading these same pages over and over, trying to make sense of words too painful to read. An autopsy report describing how Johnson died.
Drugs in Marvis' system? He had drugs. That was the shocker.
In October, 49-year-old Marvis Johnson was serving a 30-year sentence for assault and battery at Charlotte Correctional Institution in Punta Gorda. After nearly 3 decades in prison, Johnson's aunts, Evangeline Lloyd and Yolanda Eugene, say he was supposed to get out this year. Instead, he died in state custody from an accidental overdose. The drug in Johnson's system was a synthetic cannabinoid that can be hard to detect.
We just got a call. Marvis just passed away. And I just dropped the phone and ran to my bedroom.
His family says the autopsy report didn't bring closure. It raised a different question.
How are these drugs getting into this prison?
These concerns come just months after the Florida Department of Law Enforcement announced the takedown of an alleged prison drug trafficking ringleader. Investigators say this man, Carlos Martinez, was operating out of the Charlotte Correctional Institution and pushing fentanyl into Southwest Florida communities. Retired FBI agent Rich Colco says contraband has always found a way into prisons.
Whether it's guests that are visiting, supplies that are being delivered, or co-opting some of the people that work in the prison, whether it's the corrective officers or even some of the admin people.
But now he says technology is making it even harder to stop.
And now one of the latest ways they're doing it, drones.
It could be anything, a bag of heroin or even a piece of paper with a month's supply worth of acid on it. In fact, in March, the Florida Attorney General's office said Martinez and other drug traffickers used drones to drop drugs, cell phones, and other contraband into Florida prisons. While it's not clear how the drugs found in Johnson's system got inside, Denise Rock, executive director of Florida Cares, a nonprofit that advocates for incarcerated people and their families, says sometimes prisoners improvise and make drugs in-house.
A lot of times synthetic weed for them might be rodent spray or a combination of bleach and rodent spray.
And the more drugs coming in and out of our prisons, the greater the risk to our communities.
Over 90% of people that are incarcerated in Florida, they are going to return home one day. They're going to return back to our communities. Not everybody has a life sentence. Most people don't. They're going to come back to our communities. They're going to be my neighbor and my child's neighbor.
State records show 23 inmate deaths have been investigated at Charlotte Correctional Institution from 2020 to 2025, including Johnson's case, which is still listed by the state as open. Available data does not list the cause, though, of death in those cases. Johnson's family says they're just praying investigators track down the source of the drugs before another family is left reading an autopsy report. Experts tell me cases like this are more common than we think, and the more overdoses seen inside prisons demonstrates how quickly those smuggling methods are really evolving. Wink Investigates emailed the Florida Department of Corrections requesting an interview. We asked the department how Johnson came in contact with drugs and how many other inmates have overdosed. The department wouldn't give details, citing an active investigation. Back to you.